Right, here's mode 7, the very last mode, Locrian mode. Okay, now in the key of C major we have B Locrian. So I want C Locrian, so that means it must be the 7th mode of D flat major. Let's go over here to our diagram and take a look at D flat major and also the C Locrian scale. You'll see that we have the notes of D flat major written across the top here, and below it, starting on the 7th degree, is C Locrian. We get C, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat. How is this different to the C major scale? We have a flat second, a flat third, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Okay, so that becomes our Locrian formula, and that's what's important about this mode and every mode is the formula right here. Locrian equals 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. It will always be that. Take any major scale, lower the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th by a half step, and you'll have a Locrian mode. Here's how it looks on the guitar. 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, root. What kind of chords do you think this worked with? If you take a look at this formula here, if you take every other note of the formula, you get 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. What does that equal? What kind of chord is that? A minor 7, flat 5? If you said minor 7, flat 5, you'd be correct. Works on minor 7, flat 5 chords. Okay, now let's discover the neck diagram for this scale. Here it is. And once again, all the roots are circled, C, and then we have all the other intervals related to C within the Locrian formula. All the 2's are flat, the 3's are flat, the 5, 6, and 7's are all flat over the entire fretboard. This is what's important, seeing the modes from the root. I can't stress this enough. That's what's important about modes, hearing them and understanding their intervals from the root. And hopefully you've seen so far that this is why it's important to learn all 7 modes. Some people come up to me all the time and say, what's the point of learning 7 modes? I don't understand why I learn 7 modes when they're all the same as the major scale. Well, hopefully you've seen, once we've started each of these on the root, how incredibly different they sound to one another. How important emphasis is, how that can make all the difference in the way these modes sound. Okay? So how do we make the modal chord progressions? We take the 4 and 5 chords of the major scale that we're drawing information from. In this case, we're talking about D flat. What's the 4 and 5 of D flat? Well, here's a D flat. The 4 and 5 is G flat and A flat. So we need to put those over the root of the Locrian mode from D flat major. It's a mouthful, I know. You'll get used to speaking like that once you get familiar with these modes. The root of the 7th mode of D flat major is C Locrian. So now we're going to put the 4 and 5 chords, G flat and A flat, over C bass. And we'll get this. Let's try this voicing. A flat over C and G flat over C. Interesting sound. Another one of these darker sounding modes. Okay? Now let's have a listen to the mode with the sequence, and make sure you do the same sort of thing to take those voicings or any similar voicings of G flat and A flat over C bass and practice your Locrian mode. Okay? Here we go.